Hey everybody, on this video, I'm going to discuss some problems with the original Lishi S123/C123, and a gentleman with original Lishi actually brought this to my attention and asked me to do a video on this, so they're aware of the problem, so I'm sure it's going to be fixed here, in newer releases on it. First problem that they showed me here is that I don't think this is that big of a deal, but I guess it certainly could be a little bit of an issue for you, is, you can see if we can zoom in here. There's actually a tiny little bump right here that can actually give you a little bit of trouble inserting this into locks. Now, I've not had trouble with that personally, but the bump is definitely there. So we're going to use a triangle needle file, and we'll take care of that. And then the other issue with it, which is the bigger problem, is the tip is a little bit too long, like 0.02 millimeters too long. Now, when you insert the tool, you've got your lifter, which we can see right here. Now there's actually, it rides on the track, and then if you put a little bit of downward pressure on it, it'll actually click down, it'll drop down a little bit further, like that. Now it's hidden out of the way and you're able to insert it into the lock. So that to me is a something that you just have to do, whether that bump is on the front of it or not. That's not a big deal. Now the issue is, though, when you put this in, got it inserted in, and we'll see here that the Lishi is flush on the lock face as it should be. Now, the reason it's able to do that is the kind of tailpiece that's on here is one that came out of a US lock kick cylinder, out of this same package here. And we see these tailpieces on the back are flat. Now, if you have a tailpiece that's like this, you see it's got this little protrusion right here that actually goes into the kick cylinder, and the tip actually hits that and won't let you insert the tool all the way into where you're actually flush with the lock. So I'll show you that here. See, so this tailpiece here is flat, so no problem with the Lishi with that kind of tailpiece. Now this tailpiece actually drops into the actual back of it there, and what we'll notice with this tailpiece on there, get it all the way on, sure it's not too tight or anything. Alright, so now we put our Lishi in. What we're going to notice is it is no longer able to get totally flush with the cylinder face. So we got the gap right here, and that's because that tailpiece actually protrudes into it. And of course, when you're picking a lock from outside a locked door, you're not going to know what kind of tailpiece is on there. So this is actually a fix that actually really needs to be made. And the fix for it is just taking off a little bit of material off the front to where the Lishi does not interfere with the tailpiece, or the other way around, the tailpiece doesn't interfere with the Lishi. So, basically what's going on with it here. No tailpiece at all on it. We're flush with the lock, we're all the way in, no issues. And with the tailpiece with the protrusion, it is not able to sit flush in there because the Lishi actually blocks it. So we just need to take just a little bit of material off until this actually fits flush. Now, whether I decided to do that, I think you could use a bench grinder if you wanted to. I'm just thinking of flat file, bastard file here ought to work. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that first here. So actually, put some tape on this probably too if you wanted to keep your lifter from moving around, but I've actually got a little magnet here that'll probably accomplish the same thing. There we go. So I am just going to take some material off the tip of this. I don't need much coming off here. And now I'm going to go ahead and try it again in the lock. Just making sure it's not pushing the Lishi out, because the Lishi needs to be flush, with the face of it. So that was a little bit of work with the file. And now it appears that the tailpiece actually is flush on there, so we'll go ahead and reassemble it and just make sure here. Sure, key works. And let's see if we insert our tool. The magnet off of there. And the tool is now able to actually fit flush on the face of the lock, which is what the goal is there, so the spacing is where it should be, and you're able to pick that 6th pin and read everything accurately. So see, that only took a couple of seconds here with the file to be able to actually fix it, so it's not a major problem, definitely not hard to deal with, and I'm sure when the newer versions come out, it'll be fixed. So that's how we take care of that. And then on the bump there, I guess people were having trouble with that little bump. I myself haven't had any issues with that. But if you wanted to take that little bump off, you certainly could. And the way I would do it is, this is just a cheap triangle needle file, fit in there. And I would just file it off if you want to take that bump off. So I'm not super concerned about it, but I think a couple of passes with the file would do it. Just need to file it, fits in there. Yet it's already tiny little passes here, and it's already sorry, it's hard to keep it in focus here, but a few more passes with it, it would probably be gone. Like I said, I'm not super worried about it. The main thing when you're inserting the tool is to just make sure that you got your lifter, just slide it forward to where it drops down, and you won't have trouble inserting the tool. And then all the way in flush with the lock, and you're got spring on all 6 chambers. And you're ready to actually Lishi some locks here. So that's actually about all there is to the fix there. It's literally a couple of seconds with a bastard file, no big deal. Questions or comments, please put them in the comments. I see them, and the Lishi people will be seeing them as well. And I also have an email address. You can drop me an email if you want to. That's there in the description also. And I guess that's going to do it for now, guys. We will talk to everybody later.